All right, so after gratitude, we have holding space. And actually, this is the one I'm on today. So, I told you I was dealing with a little bit of stuff this morning in terms of family drama. Well, I've been spraying myself with the grounding and protection spray, but I have put holding space into my water today. Gosh. For those of you just listening, you're not going to see this, but I'm trying to show the label, but there's shiny gold bottles and there's an overcast sun out there, or overcast out today, but it's shining off these, so you're not going to be able to see them. You're going to have a better opportunity to see these bottles when you go to the website, see their pictures. But anyway, holding space. So holding space is a really, it's got a couple of effects, I guess. I first created this one for myself as a therapist, trying to get out of my way so I could hold space for my clients. So the visual that comes to mind for holding space is, imagine you're standing in the middle of a old-fashioned circus tent, right? And there's the arena in the middle and the spotlights are there. So as the client is standing in the middle, I'm sitting on the outside. I'm standing on the outside and they're taking themselves on. They're dealing with their own issues and I'm coaching them from the side. But the tent, the circus tent, the spotlight on them is about me creating a space and holding a space that my stuff's not in the arena. I'm not even in the arena with them. They are, and their stuff, and we're working through that together. So holding space really is about being able to hold space for other people. So you're coming to a point where you can really listen, but you're not listening through your filters. You're not sitting there waiting, coming up with your formula for your response. You're actually just there. You can be with uncomfortable. You can be with silences. You can be with realizations that are happening in that other person's world, and any triggers you have, you just let them go. So holding space is a beautiful one for therapists or anyone that is in a position where you're a sounding board or you're a problem solver for people, but your kids as well. Holding space for your kids is very much what this remedy is all about. It's a lovely one, and I actually use it a lot, particularly when, I'm feeling a bit triggered or tired, but I've got work to do with other people. That is not about me, it's about them. But holding space you can also use for yourself. So I'm actually using it today because I'm just wanting to reflect on what's been said, what I need to do next, but I don't want to be in a reactive state. I want to sit and be comfortable with how I'm feeling, honor how I'm feeling, honor any reactions I'm having, because this is family. Sometimes those can be very old buttons that are being pressed, sort of old triggers, so I just want to be very clear when I eventually address this issue that I had this morning, that I have given myself and my considerations and my reactions enough time. So it really is about creating a break. It's a pause to be able to take myself on in this moment. So holding space is a really beautiful one, and I use it a lot. And if you are put in a position where you are listening to other people, or you're trying to just listen to yourself and really just understand your reactions and what's going on and be very clear, then it's a great one for you. So love that one. All right, next one, intuition. So this one was originally called Developing Your Intuition, but I shortened the name. There's a few of them that I've changed the names over the years because it's just easier, but it just fits on the label better as well, to be honest. But intuition really is for those that are starting out in understanding the concept of their intuition, developing your intuition. So intuition and working with that can be something that a lot of us were either we put it away, we buried it, we didn't feel safe with it, it scared us. We all have intuition, but it might be at different levels of how much we use it in our world. And we all have different messaging mechanisms, you know. So, you know, some people are very gut instinct based. Other people, it's very much in their head, you know. Their intuition can be a feeling, it can be a smell, it can be, there's all different ways that we get these communications through that are our intuition. So this is a beautiful one. If you want to understand your library of messages, you want to start tapping into that side of you, I promise you, when you turn on your intuition and then start to use it regularly, you never go back. It becomes this, well, sixth sense, but it really is, in the sense that you have this tool for life where you get to trust and understand what it is you need, and, you know, what it is, like, it's another way of making decisions that mean cerebral decisions, emotions are kind of removed once you understand. But sometimes it takes a while. Like I said, it's a muscle to develop. It might take a while to understand what yours are. So this essence is really about tapping into that side and starting you on that journey, developing that journey for you. Also can be used for some of us who have been working with our intuition for a very long time. So it just hones it. It just kind of, sometimes things go a bit whack, and you might question, well, what happened there? Why didn't that work out in my favor? I thought I was going with my gut instinct and then it didn't work. It just can bring you back on track and help you explore those sides as well if you are worried. But yeah, I very much guarantee, or very much, sorry, not guarantee. I encourage any of you that are interested in developing this side of you to go with intuition. Right, the next one is P for Powerhouse. Where are we? Oh, it's in this pile. Okay, right. Powerhouse, confidence in a bottle. So, yeah. Powerhouse is really about developing your confidence. It's about being able to trust yourself. It's about being able to trust in your reactions. If you're into the chakra system, it's very much about opening and developing that power point, which is your solar plexus. So your solar plexus sits between your rib cage and your navel, your belly button. And it's just about turning that on. It's a cheerleader in a bottle for you. So, you know, there's not really much else I need to say about that. Like, confidence in a bottle is Powerhouse for you. Yeah, I'm not really going to say anything else, actually. That's it. Off you go. I have confidence in what I just said is enough about Powerhouse. All right, next one is release. Now, remember I was telling you about, what was it, gratitude, where you just couldn't see one of them earlier. Gratitude or abundance? I think it was gratitude. If you're living in a world where you are very much aware that there is something in your past, so a trauma or an experience, or even just a memory that shaped how you now react, and it's getting in the way, it's still there, it's very much stopping you from living a full life, release might be the way to go for you. So release actually used to be called releasing unseen trauma. So it's, but that obviously is very long and not very clear. And it actually, release came out of a conversation or with a very dear friend of mine, a very intuitive friend. And we were talking about how we feel like we walk around with this baggage where we're sort of reacting to the world like we've got trauma in our past, traumatic experiences, but we can't remember the trauma being there. And it was like, well, we don't really need to root around in our past or our subconscious and try and find a trauma and relive it. We just acknowledge that for whatever reason, we're walking around like this and we just want to release that. We want to feel safe in our worlds. We're not being stupid, not going out and being irresponsible, but it's a case of there's a piece there that it's time to let it go. It's not serving me anymore. I'm walking around reacting as if that danger or that feeling or that unsafe state, whatever it was, and it is still controlling me, and I'm done with it. So so this is where, you know, you might be, if you are held back by something, and so, you know, I'm using release actually with clients where they're very much looking at their ancestral lines, looking at traumas that happened, the addressing issues of epigenetics where they were, you know, knew that their grandmother, for example, was in a very a difficult situation. She experienced trauma and then, you know, was pregnant with their mum. Well, guess what? You're the egg inside your mum when she's pregnant, when grandma is pregnant with your mum. And so it gets, the energetics of that, the epigenetics gets passed on to you. So I've got people using release who are just really trying to be cycle breakers of trauma within their ancestral lines. So it's a really nice one. It's a subtle therapy as well. Now, just as a disclaimer, if you're using this to address real trauma, you obviously need other support. This is not going to be the thing, but yeah, don't use anything I say, particularly around this essence, because of the type of the concepts around it. I would be certainly seeking help elsewhere, and it's not something to kind of throw into every situation where you're trying to release trauma or understand, but what it really is about. And this goes for all the essences, and this is kind of the philosophy behind them. It sometimes doesn't serve you to go and relive and kind of get to the bottom of this and that and feel all the feelings again. Sometimes what helps is just to stand in this moment and go, yes, I acknowledge this happened. There was a lot of stuff around it, hold space, and then, you know, but now what do? Now I'm sitting here, I am who I am, I've got what I've got, and I want to move forward with whatever was and from whatever was happening. So anyway, that's release. Sorry, that one got a bit heavy, I understand. And I hope that's clear. If you need more clarity, please go to the website and read more about it. It will be, it's been constructed in a way that it's very succinct, but also very straight to the point. So maybe the website will do a better job than me about talking about release. But anyway, there's release. I love that one. It's a nice blend. Right, next one, Sassy Pants. Okay, Sassy Pants is fun. So Sassy Pants is Powerhouse, and then actually the next one I'm going to speak on, which is called Speak Your Truth, combined in a bottle. So Sassy Pants takes Powerhouse, so the confidence building one, to a next level, because this is where you don't just want to walk around with quiet confidence or, you know, strong in yourself. You actually need to speak some stuff. And it's not about being irresponsible. It's about being really clear that things are not okay, or that certain people need, things need to be redirected. There needs to be a reset. And it's only going to come from you speaking your truth, but speaking it with some sass. So I love Sassy Pants. I'll be honest, I don't use it a lot, but I've got, you know, it's a great one where there's thyroid issues. Both Speak Your Truth, and I'll get to that in a minute, and Sassy Pants are great if your thyroid issues have an energetic origin where you have been silenced. Maybe you've grown up in a world where, even as a child, you were told to be seen and not heard. You were disempowered in terms of your opinions. You were gaslit, and it's affecting you and the way you walk around now. I mean, you might still be having those issues, but this is where, so Speak Your Truth is just, I'll get to that. I keep talking about Speak Your Truth. Maybe I should do them together. But Sassy Pants really is about above and beyond, when it's like, no, it's time for me to really speak out and stand in a place of power. So yeah, that is a good one. I love Sassy Pants. It's fun actually to watch that one work with different clients, because the confidence that comes through and the way that their demeanor changes, and then they really are able to say, you know what, I'm done, or whatever, or yep, no, that person needed to hear what I had to say because they've been going on far too long, or just even having quick comebacks, like Sassy Pants, man. All right, and then speak your truth. So I did allude to this one. So speak your truth is slightly more subtle than Sassy Pants, but it really is about the communication aspect of life. So when I talk about communication to my clients and what true authentic communication looks like, there's several aspects to it. So the first one is where I am speaking and you are listening, and it's a two-way street, right? Like, I'm speaking and feeling heard, you are speaking and feeling heard, and we're having an open dialogue of communication, right? Then there is speaking your truth with yourself. So this one can tie into your intuition, but it can also tie into your heart chakra. Like, what do you want? And you understanding. So that's an open two-way channel, basically. So you're really getting clear on what you want. You're listening to your body's response, and that's really open and flowing. And then the final piece that I speak to with speak your truth or adequate communication is communicating with your higher self, or your guides, or your God, or Allah, or your angels, or the universe, whatever that higher purpose or higher sort of energy piece is for you, whatever you want to call it, having clear communication in that realm. So that is where you put it out there. What do you want? Prayer, manifestation, talking to them, your tribe, your spiritual tribe, and then they're hearing you and you're being very clear about what you want. But then you're also listening to the downloads. You're listening to the messages. You're getting the messages around you. It's not just coincidence. It's actually they're telling you what you need to do or where you need to go, your dreams, whatever. So all those three levels of communication can be thwarted, or shut down or not clear. And this is really what Speak Your Truth is about. So it's getting very clear about all of those. And then you get to stand in, well, I know what I want. I know what I feel. I have been clear and direct about what I want in the real world. I've also been clear and direct in terms of my prayers or my conversations with the universe and my guides. And they're able to tell me and give me the signs, so I know I'm on the right track and feeling good. And then also, obviously, you're checking in with your intuition or your instinct, and you're listening to your body's reactions, and you're listening. So that's Speak Your Truth. It's a beautiful one. And yeah, when we start to look at physical manifestations of emotional or psychological or spiritual issues, Speak Your Truth can very much reside in the throat chakra. So, and that, anything around here can be, not always, sometimes it's just biochemical. Maybe, there's something out of whack in what you're eating or how you're treating your body. But sometimes if we've addressed all of that, and then we're like, or someone comes to me and, they're telling me they've got a thyroid issue, and then they start to tell me about their life and their relationships and, how life was as a child and how they feel in their marriage and how their kids treat them now. And it can be very clear that while there's stuff to clean up on the physical level, we also want to address the emotional and spiritual side of this. So that's where I might go, okay, Speak Your Truth might be the essence to put in here.